You guys know who the GOAT is, don't you?
Who?
I'm the GOAT.
I'm the goat.
I'm the goat.
Hey, stop eating stuff, Bob.
Bad. Hey guys, I'm Tim.
I'm Bob.
I'm Mike.
And this is the Board Game Rundown. And today we are continuing our top 100 games of all time. Yeah, there you go. Bob's going to blow a wrist out. Not since he was a 13-year-old as he worked that hard. But we're plowing through these lists. We're getting through it. And now we're in the top 30.
Top 30.
That's pretty damn exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So, just a real brief recap. We did use Pub Meeple to put our games into this, and get them all rated and ranked and everything. And I actually didn't make any changes. I know that maybe that's not true for everybody, but
My top 30 is completely untouched. So.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good deal.
We do
We're
know that
back on
Mike let a
track.
little 2026 feels interfere with his 2025 feels.
He did.
Yeah, I mean, we're filming this at the beginning of March. I did these rankings in December, and there was some tweaking along the way, but top 30 still unchanged.
All right. Well, are we ready to just get right into this then?
Let's get right into this.
We should get right into it, and I believe that means we're going to start with Bob.
Tim? Oh,
No.
Tim's.
Tim. Watch our live show where we go in a different order.
Yeah.
That's screwing with me.
I forgot how to do 30.
Yeah.
10, 20, 30.
Wow, Bob.
There
Blow
it
those
is.
wrists
I was
out.
going too many.
Tim's number 30.
No bumper.
Oh boy. All right. So my number 30, this is a classic. This one just recently got a reprint. I have not played the reprint or that new Americana expansion, but Lords of Vegas, come on, man. Part of me is surprised it's this low, but we haven't actually played it as much as we had been for a little while. But if anybody was like, hey, I want to play Lords of Vegas, I'd be like, yep, let's go. Always in the mood to play this game. It is fantastic. Lords of Vegas, you are basically building casinos on the Vegas Strip, and you can take them over by spending money, but adding on existing casinos, putting a higher number die there. You can spend money to force everyone to re-roll all their dice. And then if you're playing with the up expansion, you can even make more money off of your casinos. And it has a really unique scoring mechanism where you need to, once you get to a certain point, you need to score like a certain amount of points to actually move to the next scoring space.
Yeah,
so
you're so big.
Yeah. Which I think is really interesting. And I can't think of any other game that I've seen that does it.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, I love me some Lords of Vegas. And I was, very late to the party on this one, but I was a very quick convert as well. Once we got it, I was like, okay, here we go.
Yep.
Had to get my hands on a copy, and I'm glad I did. So
if you were late to the party on this one, then I was late for the after party on this one. Haven't played this nearly as much as I would like, but still, Bob, we're all pretty close on this one. It was my number 34.
What was mine?
When you're 30 something? Am I wrong?
I'm looking.
Makes for good radio.
It does.
Yeah. The looking is
Lords of Vegas, 48.
Okay, I was wrong.
So still relatively close.
Yeah, we're all close. It's all in the top 50 for all of us.
Top 50.
Yeah. I think in years past we all had this a lot closer. We
need to play it some more, and definitely it's one of those games you want to get that expansion and you never take it out.
Right.
The up expansion makes it really good.
Exactly right.
I really want to play Americana though.
Me too.
Yeah. My number 30 is Clank Catacombs. The best of the Clanks, IMO. I guess if you could hold the Legacy aside. Although Legacy, once you kind of play through it, you've played through it. Catacombs, I feel, is the best iteration of this game because the map is always different. You can't just use the same strategy every single time. There's a lot of cool stuff that you could add to it. And yeah, I just really enjoy what Catacombs has done for Clank. I mean, Clank was, when it came out, it was groundbreaking, right? Like everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, finally deck building and a board game at the same time." And they've just continued to improve on it, and I think that's kind of culminated here with Clank Catacombs and all of its shenanigans.
I love Clank Catacombs. I will talk about it
Mhm.
on a different show.
Nice.
I will not. That can mean a lot of things.
It could.
All right. Why is it not coming up? Did I spell it wrong? There it goes.
Only you know.
All right. So this is my first of 4 Steffenfeld games that I will be talking about. Not all today, however, not all today. The only one today. But it is Marrakesh with an S. This game is huge. It's got a lot going on. But actually taking your turn is pretty darn simple. It's actually the way you select these action cubes that I like the most. So you start with 12 different colored. Why we have to mark this game for Bob? You start with 12 different colored cubes that all do on different action on your player board. And in a round, you're going to secretly select 3 of them behind your screen. Everybody reveals which ones they picked, toss them in the cube tower. Some may get caught in there, some may not. And it's possible you can go a whole game without any getting stuck in there. So, flawed cube tower aside, what comes out, you select to put into your player board, which is this here, and you slot them in. And the more colors you have in that area, the stronger your actions get. So, all of your actions tend to get just more and more powerful as you continue to play the game. And there's all kinds of different like modifiers for your actions that you can buy as well. I just love the escalation of this game. The engine building is really satisfying. The powers that you can get, and even though it kind of feels a little bit like a bunch of little mini games in here, like I just don't care because it just comes together in a really good package for me. But even though there's a lot going on, I still think it's relatively simple to like play a turn. It's just what are the things that can devolve out of playing that turn. But yeah, I just need to play this one more. I love me some Marrakesh.
Yeah, I really liked what I was doing, but I feel like I spent way too much bandwidth trying to keep the colors straight, right?
Yep.
If that was just easier and more straightforward for me, I think I would really enjoy this game a lot more.
There's solution if I can find the bottom of the cube power. Was obviously not good enough for Bob, and I imagine most other people that have colored issues because I mean you got 12 different icons. These are your colors. So when your cubes drop out of the tower, they've got icons for all the different colors. You're supposed to put the cubes on those things, but it's like it's hard not to block all of those. And the only other place those are is on the player board where you see them. They could have put the icon maybe on the back of the screen, but like I can get why it's tough. It's a
Yeah.
12 colors
12
is a
colors, a
lot.
lot of colors. And to make sure that
Mhm.
all of those pigments match across the
Yeah.
cube, the tower, your board, right? Like, I mean, those 3 different items, you have to have the same amount of pigmentation because, a brown cube with a little more pigmentation that's supposed to be burgundy or tan or, whatever, that's going to change it up, and you just don't have that same exact paint matching across the board. That's why those cubes should have icons on them, icon or a number, little
Yep.
pips or something like that. Yeah.
I'm gonna end up marking up some of my cubes to get you to play this with me again because
All right.
otherwise I'm not sure when I'll get to, and I really
Right.
need to play this again.
We should make sure we invite Jason from the Board Game Mechanics over just after
Yeah.
we start.
Yeah, make sure
No, it's a fantastic
make sure he's
idea.
not there for the kickoff.
Yeah. I agree.
All right.
All right.
Let's keep it rolling.
Moving on to number 29.
This won't be the first game on the list that has surprised me that it's where it's at, but gosh dang it, it's here because Pub Meeple said it's here and I put it here. And I gotta go with Chemical Overload. The more that we have played this game, the more and more I have grown to appreciate it and enjoy it. I know they've got spoilers. They've got an expansion that'll be coming out soon, probably coming to
That's
crowdfunding.
good.
And it was really good. It added a lot of really good things to the game, and I think the game is really good and well made and beautiful look at. Anyways, so in Chemical Overload, it is. I mean, really, it's sort of like a set collection game with a little bit of deck building, and then you get those potions, and they fire off with their special abilities, and it's pretty cool. It can create some really satisfying combinations. And then on top of that, you've got that toxin track, which
Right.
Is your game timer, but
spice.
it also adds some spice, and stuff. So Chemical Overload coming in at my number 29. Keep on the lookout for this
Wow.
because there is more coming.
What I think is super interesting about this deck builder is because so many times it's like, oh, you're going to play the cards in your hand, and then you get to keep some cards in your hand, but most of the time you discard the cards in your hand and you're going to draw a new hand. This one, as you draw those different flasks that you're going to need to do stuff, you just get to put them down on the table. And they're kind of like in that holding pattern, waiting for you to get the rest of the ingredients that you need. So you're not like at the mercy, excuse me, of like your shuffle or your draw to try to get everything in your hand all at one time. And that is super helpful and unique to this, and I think it does a good job with that.
Well, it keeps the game moving, first of all,
right?
And and then also there's a little bit of feels good there, right? Because you feel like you're able to do stuff, and you're able to fire off that engine faster. So yeah, I agree. I do like that.
Cool beans.
I need to play this one. I know it's on BGA as well.
Oh, cool. I haven't played it on there. I've got it at home.
I think I remember you guys previewed that one, I think, right when I started on the show.
Yeah. All right. My number 29 is A Story of Civilization. Mosaic, A Story of Civilization. Friend of the show, Sir Glenn Drover. Great Civilization type game. The hardest part, I don't say the hardest part, the worst part about this game is the setup. You have to populate this whole board with a bunch of tokens face down, flip them over, and then remove all the blank ones. A little bit tedious, but once that is done, like I love the satisfaction of the gaining all the different techs, or am I taxing people to get the money, or am I, taking cards from the different decks to just accomplish all these different tasks and build my civilization up, my army up, and this and that. And it's just super enjoyable to me. You get the deluxe version with those little buildings and whatnot to put on there instead of just using the tiles. The tiles work just fine too. But this is just a really enjoyable one that has that expansion that makes I think it's called Wars and Disasters. But it makes the troops, instead of just kind of being there to help you control the area, you can actually use them to fight other people and take out some of their troops and take over cities and whatnot. Nice. And it's just a really enjoyable civilization game. And it plays relatively quick. Once you get the setup done, you can play this in about 90 minutes if you know what you're doing.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like how fast turns go.
The turns are snappy.
There's a lot of different things that you can buy that will kind of ramp up your engine as you go. That seems unique. But yeah, this one's fun. Just don't like that setup.
Yeah, that's why I usually task the new people with that. Yeah. I'm like, hey, well, I'm setting everything else up and getting all these decks prepared. Put all these things out face down. I'm like, okay, they're not really sure what they're doing. They put it all face down. I'm like, all right, I'll flip them all over. What? Yep, flip them all over. So.
All right. My number 29 moved up a few spots last year. I don't think I've heard Bob talk about this one yet. It's from the home run design team of Luciani and Turchi. So I am talking about Nucleum, baby. This game is so good. Talk about a satisfying engine builder. You are doing some route building out on the board. But it's in these routes, you're trying to get nucleum delivered to power plants so that you can get points for it. But really, it's the action selection in this game that I think is so clever. You got these little double-sided tiles here, and over here, these are your actions. And you pick one to put on the top of your player board, and you get to resolve both actions. What's cool though is that everybody starts with the same basic ones. You can buy more of these things. And I think that's part of the fun. I think every game we've played, that market is what empties out first. Like we deplete this game of those extra action tiles so fast every time we play this, because that's one of my favorite things is just you can get better actions, you can get different combinations of actions on these tiles. And the longer you go, the better income you get. So you only collect income up to this line of your furthest placed action tile. So you're not going to get any of this stuff over here just from this line forward. So you always are trying to maximize that so you know how many turns you got before you reset. Man, there's just so many things I like about this game. And you can play this pretty quick too. I'll never forget we banged this out in a learning game with Andrea Origins in like 90 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. This game's so good though.
It is. I'll be talking about this on a later show.
I have never played.
Oh, man. Like it's crunchy, but it's not like it just everything makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I like crunchy sometimes.
You have to like relearn the nucleum use thing, the recharge action, but like that's otherwise.
A little bit, but yeah, it's really not bad. I got taught this to one of my nieces, and she thought it was really good. She really enjoyed it.
It's pretty damn good. All right, let's move to number 28.
All right, 28. You never forget your first love, and this is definitely one of my first loves in the hobby as I know it and appreciate it now. And I've got to talk about DC deck building game.
Wow.
This is just a lump for all the expansions and everything. I did stop like actively pursuing a lot of the newer stuff, but I'll bust this out anytime and play it and happily teach it. And I still genuinely love this game. But I play it like now once or twice a year, and it's usually like with my niece or, my buddy Tyler or something, like at Thanksgiving. But yeah, I mean, this is a very straightforward deck building game. There's currency, where you're just getting like power and you're using the power to buy cards or defeat the supervillain in the deck. And there's definitely lots of variations on this and the different like full box, like standalone expansions that you can combine, and then they do have like mini character expansions, and they've got head-to-head versions that are really good. So there's always enough here to keep me interested, and I still enjoy the hell out of it. So DC, the deck building game.
Yeah, like I said, I enjoyed it while we played it back in the day. I think it does suffer from runaway leader. Sometimes you get somebody who gets one or two really good turns kind of early, manages to buy a strong card, and it can be really difficult for people to catch up with them. But
I mean, it's flawed. It's an older game, I think if it were done today, and actually, I think some of the newer things that they have done really do
help with that
update and help a little bit with that. I won't go out on a limb and say it's perfect now, but I do think that they saw the flaws and tried to work on some of those things.
Yeah. My number 28. I don't think you guys have played, because the first time I think it's the only time I got to play it. Played it without you at a friends and family event. And I'm talking Galileo Galilei. Yeah, so this is a game. It's kind of like a Euro game. You're an astronomer. You're looking out at these different stars. You have this really neat like telescope action selection that you're doing, and you have to move it at least like one spot. And as you move it and you take these two actions, like one of those actions is static and it's always in the same spot, but the other one's on this tile. That tile's going to move out, get slid to the bottom, and everything else kind of slides up or down or whatever. There it is. And it's just a really neat way to do those actions. And then, but you have to be careful because as you start to discover, too much about these stars, you start to get the wrath of the Inquisition on you. It's one of the things I really like about this game is right there that Mike's got pulled up. Is you've got those different tracks and you're going to make different things that you're doing worth different amounts of points. And so you can like make your Inquisition people worth more points. So instead of being negative points, they're positive points. You can make your different meteor things that you've got on the board worth more points. Your library books worth more points. And then if Mike looks at a few more pictures, there's a spot where you get these like cards and you will splay them out across your board, like on the side, and they'll have like a bunch of different actions there. And so as you're like reading these books and moving this book token, there you go, right there. As you're doing these book tokens across the top of that board, it's on the side right there. You're getting all these. It's like another way to gain more resources and whatnot. And it's just
I did not expect
really
that.
interesting. What's that?
I didn't expect that.
Yeah, that's right. Nobody expects that.
Thank you.
But no, it was just a really interesting way. Like there's like 4 or 5 different ways that we can go about gaining points. And then it has, like I said, the thing I really enjoy about end game points where I really put all my eggs in the basket of I want to try to score a bunch of points at the very end. And while I was like 80 points behind everybody at the end of the game, I had so many end game points. I ended up catching way up, and I think I won. If I didn't, I was really close. I'm pretty sure I won.
That's why it's rated so high.
That's why it's rated so high. I mean, anytime I can play a first play and and beat Patrick and one of the gentlemen from I think it was Man versus Meeple that was over there.
Oh yeah, it could have been.
Yeah, and it's a good day. So Galileo Galilei. Trying to find a copy of this, but haven't found one yet.
That's new to you from this year, correct? You just played that like a few months back?
I played that at JuliaCon back in, what was that, October?
October, yeah.
Yep.
So not as new as some of Mike's that he has had in his top 100.
Wow.
Just kidding.
This is one I've always had in my top 50. Because I'm talking about a classic game called Imperial. This is one I really got to get played with you guys one of these days. But
agreed.
It does that thing in War of Whispers that you guys like so much, and that's where you start off with control of a country, but if somebody buys more shares of that country and owns more than you do, they take over control of that country. So you're using this rondel to perform your actions. You're going to be moving your troops out onto the board and building factories and places you control. And it seems like a war game. And yes, there is some of that going on. But the most important thing about this game is having the most points, which you get by the tax action. And your taxes are going to give you money based on the number of territories you control, but you have to pay for your troops. So you want to get your troops into battle, take over a territory, and then kill those troops so you don't have to pay the taxes on them. It's just this very genius system by one of my favorite designers, Matt Gertz, also the designer of Concordia. I just love this system. If you realize that somebody is playing well, buy stock in their country because your stocks are going to get modified by how well that country is doing and how high they are up the point board. So it's not about who you control. It's about buying timely stocks of the countries that are doing well and maximizing the tax action when you get to it as on this rondel. It's genius. It really is. It plays well at 6. This version you can easily play in 90 minutes or less. And I have since went and got Imperial 2030, which has some changes that I haven't played yet. And I've heard even the newest version, 7 Empires, is a great edition of it as well. So Imperial, just a very, very well done genius game.
Nice.
Okay. Gushing about the games today. This one's probably going to take a little longer than our last few, but that's on me. We'll move on to 27.
Boy, another game newer, slightly newer to the collection. But I just have a hankering to play this thing really bad, and I do love Resurgence. This game is super cool. Like we like to talk about like feels good engine builders, like combo-rific. You're drawing those chips out, you're placing those workers out. There's just lots of really interesting things that are going on with all of with everything you're doing. Your turns are never boring and they always feel really satisfying because even if you can't like do the exact most optimal thing you want, there's some pretty dang good stuff you could still do every time and still feel like you're getting a ton of resources. And I love the original box, like that's my favorite one. But I would say that don't
not get
cheat
it if all you get is
yourself.
the other one. Yeah.
Don't cheat yourself. Get this game because it's really good.
Yeah.
Anyways, if you're able to find that OG box in it because you like that one too, that's great. But don't not get it. Like get your hands
stuff
on
the
it.
inside's the same.
Exactly right.
Yeah,
Exactly
I
right.
mean, definitely glad that Portal was able to pick this up because
Mhm.
Stan self-published this over under half a kingdom and only had so many copies. And if Portal didn't pick this one up, even with their new box art, it was going to be very difficult to get this game. So very glad they did because it is a great game. More people need to know about for sure.
Yeah, this is
Way
definitely one of those like hidden
underrated.
gems, right? Like
Yeah.
It is
just big time hidden
way
gem.
underrated.
Agreed.
Great game.
All right. My number 27 is Perseverance, the Castaway Chronicles, episodes 1 and 2. I say that because I've yet to try my episodes 3, 4 that just came out. But this is just a great crunchy game by Mind Clash Games. The whole episodes 1 through 4 is like an overarching story. First one, it's like you're on this cruise ship that has crash landed. You're establishing like villages in this like beachfront, but then there's dinosaurs that are coming in and trampling all over all your stuff. You're building up these walls to try to keep them out and to protect your settlements. You're sending people out on different adventures and whatnot. The iconography is crazy, but like any Mind Clash game, once you figure out what all those icons mean, everything starts to make sense. It's almost like reading a sentence in hieroglyphics. And,
Now, when you're building the walls to keep the dinosaurs out, are the dinosaurs paying for those walls?
Absolutely.
Okay, just making sure because I don't want to pay for it.
Yeah, we absolutely will make those lizards pay.
Okay, perfect. Good deal.
Yep.
I'm back in.
Yep. Oh, did I forgot to put this up here? Sorry, guys. There you go.
Oh,
For those of you wondering, I typed it all out and forgot to click the show. But that is it. Yep.
I made one. Nice. Okay. My number 27. Debuted on my list last year when I finally bought a Tracy board, and that is Crokinole. Yeah, love this game. I have my board is actually right over here sitting on this table, where Jeremy Tracy himself custom printed us some fantastic rundown meeple buttons.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, I love this game. I played some tournaments last year and won some games, but definitely ran into some sharks.
Yeah,
and got humbled.
right, dude. Real good in the first few rounds, then they start whittling it down.
I was like, but I was like 6-1. Why? Oh no! But then I lost 2 in a row where I like couldn't even score. So it was nice to finally get up against that competition. Though it was something I wanted to experience. I'm still going to play tournaments and try to get better at it. But yeah, once I got a really nice board and played more, and I've just come to really love this game. A lot of people I show it to really enjoy it. My friends who aren't even board gamers love it. I got some friends next time I go camping with, I'm supposed to bring my board. So it's fun to bring people into this classic dexterity game.
It's good stuff, man.
Good stuff.
Yeah, you can get some really awesome boards, Tracy boards, Brown Castle, take your pick, can't go wrong.
That's where it's at.
Yeah, those are the two good ones.
Okay, we are moving on now to number 26.
All right, I think my number 26 has already appeared on somebody's list on a different show, but the very best Tiny Epic game of all time is Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea. It's so good. Like our true 4X, they're all viable ways to win. The asymmetry on the factions is just amazing, and there's so many factions that like you could. It'll take a long time to get through all of them. Just put it that way. And to get good at all of them, and they all do a lot of, they function so differently. Just really cool. Genuinely love this game. And but yeah, just with the way that you're manipulating your own player board, and then you're using your workers, and you're moving those guys around, your soldiers or your warriors or whatever, your unique characters, build your airship, or your boat. Just super cool. Like the toyetic factor, like in this thing, is just crazy. Also, so it's kind of satisfying to mess around with all of that, and the table presence is just one of the best of all time. So.
Yeah, it is. It's my favorite 4X game. I need to play it more. Finally got me a copy last year.
Well, if I knew you were going to do that, I would have done something different.
I was waiting to make the joke.
Yes. We were all waiting to sneak that in.
Like, who's going to get it?
It was my number 50. It's a great game.
Okay. Right. Perfect.
My number 26 has slipped quite a bit here, but this is a game that Tim and I both love. We just haven't played it recently. And I'm talking about Empire's Age of Discovery.
Ooh. Yeah.
I was surprised to see it had slipped so far. But it's a great game. Another one by Sir Glenn Drover, friend of the show. But you are kind of colonizing the new world. You got these different workers. You're placing them on the side of the board where there's all these different actions you can take, and then you're also bringing them over and trying to have some area majority in the different areas in the new world. The nice thing about this edition is it takes a bunch of the expansions and puts everything in here all in one nice package, one big beautiful box. And yeah, it's just the way to go if you're gonna get this game, because it used to be like what, ages 1, 2, and 3, I think it was, or just different expansions. It used to be called Age of Discovery 3, I think was the original name.
Yeah.
But
or Age of Empires 3.
Age of Empires,
based off the old PC games. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, this game is a bunch of fun. It's cool technology tiles and stuff that you can get. But yeah, I do love this game.
This was the
first
worker placement game. Yeah, it's the first worker placement game I remember where you can get different workers that have totally different actions they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending on where they're placed and what they're doing, they can grant you different effects.
Yeah, so it's like I want to say 2006, 2007. Yeah, I mean it's almost 20 years old. It's the first worker placement game I remember doing that.
Yeah.
I had that first I had that AoE 3 version a long time back. I ended up selling that one. I played that one quite a bit though. I enjoyed it. And I've played that new edition, which is great. It's very pretty. All right. So, I'm not like always super susceptible to Cult of the New. I've got several old games ranked very high. Right now, FinSpan is the span that I want to play. I really enjoy this game. I like this theme more. I like the way the resources are done more. I like how you can put your fish anywhere almost. You don't have to go left to right or in this game
Right.
top
There's a
to
few restrictions
bottom.
as far as its
Some
depth and
have
whatnot.
to be in deep sea. Some want to be in the middle of the ocean, and then the others want to be in shallow water. And yeah, the way that you spend cards to play cards, and then other fish will come in and scoop those cards back up so you can put them back in your available hand.
Yeah.
The way that eggs are not overpowered in this game, the end of round goals are not like super egg focused. Plus, now that your eggs can hatch into young, and then you can get your young to swim together and make schools that are worth 6 points instead of one apiece, it fixes some things that people had issues with in Wingspan, and I like this theme better. I'm really enjoying this game a lot.
Same.
Yeah, it's really good.
I
It's
think
really
it's the
good.
best span.
I agree.
Right now, I feel that way. I had it. I had Wingspan down to number 46 this year, so it pushed it down quite a bit.
Damn.
I used to have Wingspan this high, so we'll see how that changes next year. But I mean, right now, I want to see more expansions for Finspan. That's the Wingspan I want to play. I want to see it on BGA soon. I'm getting greedy. Give me more Finspan.
You
Okay,
want it all.
I do. All right, number 25.
Well, you can't talk great table presence and amazing production value, especially for the value of the original $80 that this game was sold at. Mechs versus Minions, man. An amazing programming game. It's got a League of Legends theme, which does not matter to me, but does matter to some people, and they freaking nailed it. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't even know how else to describe it or say, like to say it any differently. They nailed it. They set out to make a really great game with an amazing insert and great components, and that is exactly what you're getting in this box. I still see now, like now we're getting to that point where like they're starting to show up on like flea markets for a decent price and stuff.
Ooh, yeah.
And
I
so
need to
like
get a copy of this.
while it's technically out of print, like I encourage people, if you can find a copy, man, I'd just get it, even if it's gonna sit on the table for a little bit, because I think eventually you're gonna want to play it and it'll be worth your time. So
Yep. It's fun.
Yeah,
One of the best
really.
inserts ever made because, like, you play these like zombie games or all these games, all these crazy miniatures, and at the very end you have this like weird like perfection puzzle where you're trying to make sure you get all the right sizes and the right shapes and this and that so everything fits. This one doesn't matter. 3 different sculpts of minions, pick a slot, it fits, and that's super smart. So
Yeah, great insert.
yeah. Nice. All right. My number 25 is Mad Kalla. Yeah, I know, right? Found out recently how much I like Mancala games, and this one I love the art. What, do you have it? Is yours number 25 too? Is it perfect crossover?
No. I was surprised this one came in this high.
Yeah.
You've only played it that one time, right?
Yes, unfortunately, but I really enjoyed it. I think the possibility of what all the different characters can do, all the people that you're inviting to your tea party, your plus ones. I love that you're picking up all these little pieces and you're dropping them out, and you have that doubler that you play at the end that you can do the action 2 different times. Yeah, it's just built for 2 players, but I've been finding a lot of games I really enjoy that are 2-player only that I think are just made well, designed well, balanced really well, and you just want to keep trying them all, so you can just try all the different characters and everything. And this game was no different. I love that black, purple, or pink or whatever, that just those color contrasts that they use in these Wonderlands games. It's good stuff.
Manny Tremblay is a really fantastic artist who is wonderful with his color usage. I would love to play this again. I enjoyed our play of it. I did feel like your special ability was stronger, but with only one play, I'm not going to harp on that point at all. But this game was super combo-rific, and that
Yeah.
was very satisfying.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah, I would love to. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll try to play this one again soon. I was not expecting that one to be so high. Wow.
Shocker.
Yeah. All right. I've had this one pretty high for a while. Because I love me some ready set bet. Still coming in here at number 25. I've had this high as like 12 or 13, I want to say. But man, I just love this game, and I've just had so much fun like teaching this game to new players. I do like what they do here. You got to stream it to a TV. I'd love to run it sometime or have somebody run it. It'll happen eventually.
As long as
But
they use the
it's
voice, you know, you got to use some sort of
and
like
they're
a.
coming around the turn.
That's right.
Yeah.
Number
yeah.
8
I would
takes the
love to run
lead.
it. I would love to run this game sometime. But yeah, you're literally just betting on this live horse race, and these horses are just going across the track. If someone's doing it manually, they're rolling two D6s, and that determines the horse that moves. But these horse will get bonus movement if they get rolled like consecutive times. And as they're moving, you're starting to place your bets out. And then of course, your sevens, your sixes and eights don't have much much lower odds, lower payouts, higher odds, and higher payouts, lower odds with your 11s and 12s. And it's fun trying to do long shot bets. There's little side bets that are very specific, like will the 11-12 beat out the 9 sort of bets that come out. But yeah, just that live betting aspect is still really exciting when you got like 5 or more people
I would say
and
much
you're
better.
cheering on those horses.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yelling at a tab. 5 people standing around yelling at a tablet. It's
Uh-huh. Yeah. Man, yeah. I need to play this one again soon. I love it so much. All right, that means we're on number 24.
All right, number 24, not the highest clank on my list, but the only one tonight, that's for sure. And it's got to be Clank Legacy Acquisitions Incorporated.
Wow.
Clank Legacy has lived up to the hype. I am a grumpy old man, and when people are like, this is the best game, you're gonna love it, I tend to cross my arms sometime and be like, well, we'll see about that. Well, I saw about that. We're, maybe halfway through the campaign, and I think it's great. It's super fun. It's challenging. It's interesting. I get all the fun out of Clank, but like it's different enough that, it's like base Clank, but with the board changing and the different, events that are happening and everything.
it's asymmetrical as you play.
Yeah, it's the growth of that is all really interesting. It's super fun, and it's very like tongue-in-cheek humor. Unlike some of the other legacy games I have played, I'm enjoying the story. I don't think it leans so hard, into it where it feels like, crappy fan fiction.
Right.
But it's a good time. The Clank functions the same way, even though the board's different. You're kind of doing different things. And, having these objectives also make it really interesting because while it is competitive, there is a cooperative aspect to it as well, because there is a rival business and you don't want to be outdone by them. So that doesn't really.
It's not all about just dipping down, grabbing something, dipping out. There's those side quests you got to do.
Yeah, and they're worth doing. They're worth doing. The payoffs are really good. And again, though, like if nobody does them, the potential negative effect, and like maybe they don't all have negative effects if you don't do them. I don't know, but I know that there can be some negative effects, and you're like, no, like why didn't we do that? Like, what were we thinking? So no, it's a great game. Really glad we are finally playing it, and we need to get that bad boy back on the table again soon.
Yeah,
Indeed.
Clank's awesome. I think I agree. I think the side quests are my favorite part of this. It just adds that fun little twist that's secretive at first, and it's a race to see who's going to get it, and you just never know
Mhm.
what's going to happen.
That's right. All right, Bobby, what's your 24?
My 24 has been mentioned already. Tim was just off a little bit. I'm talking about Resurgence.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah. This little bag builder where you're pulling out your workers, then you have that little mini game of where am I going to assign these to? And if I assign
Mhm.
like the most power to these zones, and that's going to move you up these different tracks and gain you more benefits. The combos of all the different cards you can get as you recruit those workers, like, oh, this gives me a bullet, which gives me this, which gives me that. And that's always fun
Those
and
combos are
satisfying.
awesome.
Building up your base to try to get it up to the top to unlock like more buildings and more points. Yeah, this is just a really really good game. Hidden gem, very underrated. More people should know about Resurgence.
Yep.
Mhm. Totally agree. It's great. Okay, it is time for our first crossover. Tim, my number 24 is Clank Legacy.
I just erased
Yeah.
it.
Exact number. Exact
Exact
number
number. Yeah.
crossover.
And
Perfect.
again, untouched since December.
Perfect.
Yeah, this game is great. Clank is my favorite deck building series, and the Legacy game definitely is worth the hype.
I mean, Mike,
Ton of
when you're
fun.
right, you're right, dude. You know, and you're right about this one.
I don't always love Legacy games. Some of them get boring midway through, and this one I just can't wait to keep playing more of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for real.
I've
Some
had
were
it
like
in my
that.
bag at like the last 3 conventions we've been at. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know.
Well, we were gonna play it on the one day that Mike didn't show up.
Yeah, that's all right. We had it set up and everything, and then Mike's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna make it." Like, "Oh, take it back."
Yeah, right. Nice try.
Well, we did have it. We were
I did
ready to
have it.
play it.
To
We
be
were like,
fair,
Yeah. Shut
All
up and
right.
move on to number 23, he said.
You know, it's funny at work. I talk a lot about, trying to set people up to succeed. But sometimes that is your downfall. Like the downfall of Pompeii is my number 23. This game is a classic. It is an oldie, but it is magnificent. The way that you are seeding the board, and you're trying to be strategic with it, right? Because there's a little bit of area control. You're trying to get into some of those buildings, but you also want
Close
to be
to the
like close.
exits.
You want to be close to the exits and stuff like that. But then, when it just becomes that mad dash at the end, get the hell out of there. And the tile drawing, right? And the anticipation of where they're going to put that tile and whose squares are going to, whose stuff is going in the volcano, is so good. It never gets old. Yeah, this is a true evergreen, and it is absolutely amazing game. I love Downfall of Pompeii.
Nice.
Yep. You know what I just thought of? Someone should make like a jumbo edition or something.
Dude, that's a good idea.
I agree with that statement. Somebody should do
Bob's
that.
trying to do that. He's been talking about it for years.
Almost as long as you've been talking about your ready set bet.
True.
Love
I give him the idea though. I've been talking about it longer. All right. Not true. All right. How about some more new to you for 2025?
Should Bob go first though?
Yes.
I know you see. You hear Downfall of Pompeii and you think it's my game, but I haven't talked about it yet.
Bob talks about it. I haven't
talked about it.
Exactly.
Mine though, you're gonna have to retype not that one in, but no, I'm talking Korra: Rise of an Empire. This is another great civilization game. This one's more abstract. There's no like dudes on a map type of civilization type game here, but you're working on your civilization. You're building up its population. You're working on its income and its culture, and you do kind of send people on fighting missions as you try to earn more of the little trophies and whatnot. But I described it as an abstract civilization game, and it's really good. It's really straightforward. You've got these like tiles that are like 1 through 6, and you're choosing it face down, and like that's like action that you're going to be taking, and they get done, in their initiative order. And I really enjoy this one. I haven't played it in a while, but I've taken it to a lot of meetups before and taught it to people who don't play a lot of like civilization or crunchy types of games, and it's been a hit every time I've taught it to somebody. So
Nice.
I do enjoy this game. I feel like this is the highest you've ever had this ranked. Maybe I'm wrong.
it's pretty close. It's usually around the 20 to 30 area.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have
do
yet
like
to play it.
Yeah. It's more for friends and family.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. That's why I played it.
Yeah. I like it. I kind of feel like it can feel a little samey after a few plays, but it is good. I like what I'm doing in this game. Okay. Yeah, so new to me. Love me some Mancala games. So Ostia is going to be up here. This game is great. I'm very glad this is getting a reprint. That is what I am going to be grabbing. But yeah, you got this Mancala and it's got different ships in here. And of course, you're going to pick up everything from one sector, drop them individually clockwise. Where it ends is the action you do. What's cool in this one is that the number of ships that you pick up is how many resources you get that are depicted on that section of your board. Meanwhile, on the main board, you're kind of going up these tracks and you're unlocking different ways to score. Man, yeah, I really enjoy some Ostia. I can't wait to play this again. It's easy to pick up and play. There's a lot of strategy. Only takes about 90 minutes to play. Just this game checks a lot of boxes for me.
Yep. This is a great game. Like even without the expansion in it, it's easy to teach people. I just taught Justin and his wife the other day. They really, really liked it, want to play it again, but they're like, this time we're adding in the expansion.
Yeah.
And I think the expansion does add a bunch more, not necessarily just depth too, but you can't just go zipping across, the Mediterranean. It adds those pirates, so it makes you kind of build up and take some more actions to build up your resources and your fighting, recruiting those centurions so that you can handle the fights. Yeah, this is a great game.
Yep. Yep. I'll talk about it way later.
Way later, same.
Okay, I guess only 2 more? Number 22.
This game was mentioned earlier, but not actually as part of somebody's list. But good God, War of Whispers. I need the collector's edition of this game because it looks great. But War of Whispers kind of came out of nowhere and very quickly became one of my favorite territory control games because, as was discussed earlier, it's not really that it's your territory. You're just manipulating and, to get the territories you want to win, and not just to win, but to be in last place or to lose. Yeah, this game's super cool. I love it. The expansions give you some cards, which gives you a little bit more variance in there. And, but I think it's kind of like one of those things where it's almost like the up expansion for Lords of Vegas, where once you start using it, you're not going to go back because it doesn't make the game so complex that it adds like a level if you're trying to teach people, but it does add a level to that game for your own experience when you're playing. So I just really, really, really enjoy War of Whispers. And I also like the turn thing is like unique. Because of like where the actions go, because of where you're placing your workers, and as you're resolving the board, you're setting yourself up
around that circle, and depending on where you're sitting, you're taking certain actions and whatnot.
Yeah.
Because depending on how close you are to the top, there are only certain things that you can influence.
That's right. thematically, it's just
Makes so much sense,
it's so good. It's
Aren't
so good.
the also the factions that you score and the how much you score, aren't those secret? You
correct.
flip
Until
them
the
over at
end,
the end of the
they're
game.
face
Yeah,
down,
so you
unless you choose to
don't
flip them.
necessarily know, but yeah, you have that once per game ability to flip how these score. I like
If
that
you
part
need
a
to
lot.
if you need to change, you can flip them.
Yeah, you can
But
change loyalties, but you gotta come out with it.
Mhm.
Yep.
yeah.
No, it's a great game. Speaking of changing loyalties, a Game of Thrones, the board game, second edition. I am totally not attacking you there. Oh wait, oops, did I attack you there? My
Oh,
bad. Oopsie, all
dang.
attacks.
How'd
Love me
that
some
knife
Game
get
of
in my back?
Thrones. Yeah. How that? Oh, I got this this knife full of backs. I don't know
Oh, yeah, you
how
do.
I got there. But no, this is just it encapsulates the Game of Thrones really well. The backstabber, like we were just talking about, the feel of just the different houses trying to vie for control. I love the hidden planning phase of putting all these tokens face down. And then as you plot with everybody, but then you reveal things and then you're resolving those actions, surprising people with different attacks, defending places where you said you weren't going to defend.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's just really good.
Oh, this game's mean as hell. It's thematic and just so much fun.
Yep. It's a good one.
It hasn't happened yet, but I would legit be disappointed if we played this and somebody didn't betray somebody.
Yeah. Where's Pete?
Yeah, right.
What you got, Mike?
Okay. Well, I have another newer game, and this is Endeavor Deep Sea. Man, this game is really good. A fantastic update to the original Endeavor, co-published by Burn Island Games and Grand Gamers Guild. Yeah, just love how you are basically kind of doing like your own worker placement board. You're sort of these are kind of like specialists, and they have
Yep.
different actions that they can perform. And so you're just taking your workers here and placing them onto the available actions that only you were able to do. And everybody kind of starts with similar basic actions, but every round you're going to unlock a new specialist that has more abilities that you can do. And meanwhile, you're doing research out in the sea, and so you're moving your submarines down, and then you're diving your divers down, and you have ability to you've got crazy mini games on this one too. With this board here, I love the replayability with this one because there's lots of different ways that you can modify the scoring like this. This is one of at least like 12 of these things that are double-sided
Yeah.
and completely change up how scoring is done. So it
God.
incentivizes you to go for completely different strategies every time you play. You can be the person that has the most divers out there, or you've done the most research. There's just so much to like about this game.
Yeah, we played this game. We played through it. We loved it so much. We re-racked. We played again. That's always a good sign.
Yeah.
It's one of those. I always want to play this more than once every time I play it, for sure.
Yep. I don't think we've ever hit that 2 hour mark. I think it's always been like 60, maybe 90 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah, with 3 players, it's easily under 90 for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah. We need to try the co-op sometime just to give it a whirl.
Oh no!
'Cause-
Don't make me play an awesome game again.
I know.
Yeah, right.
I've been
I
dying to play
haven't
this
played
again.
it yet.
Mhm.
I keep telling Bob to bring it, and we just haven't been able to play it. So it's got to happen soon.
I bring it.
All right, last one of the day, 21.
For my 21, there's nothing better than a game that even a child could play, especially when that child's eyes light up with delight as they hand you a card and they say, "This is a rat." And you look your child in the eyes and you call them a goddamn liar and you flip that card over. only to see that it was a rat and you were wrong. And you got to put it in front of you because I'm talking about cockroach poker. Cockroach poker is so much fun. It's so good. My kids love playing it. I love showing this to new people. We love playing it, all together. I love it because my kids could sit down and play it with adults and my friends and be competitive as long as they're not accidentally flashing their cards to everybody. But good golly, man, this is the night for like some really classic evergreen games. And cockroach poker, man, older than dirt, but just as good as the day it came out. Still really good, really fun.
It is a fun little bluffing game.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
If I'm gonna get Bob to lie to his friends, it's not gonna be through Werewolf. It's gonna be through Game of Thrones, and it's gonna be through cockroach poker.
That's right.
Yeah,
It's not lie. It's not lying. It's betrayal, Tim. It's different.
Yeah. It's fair.
We're all definitely fans of cocker-lacking poker.
Mm.
Well, my number 21 again, Tim. So close. I'm talking War of Whispers.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game is fantastic. That round board where you've got the different houses around the outside. You're placing down your little workers and on these different seats to try to take the actions you want those houses to take. Not because you are necessarily in control of a certain house, but because you think that one needs to be better or that one needs to be worse, or these guys should be attacking those guys over there. And the hidden alliances that you've got face down, the deluxe components actually make this game a lot better, which I really enjoy because sometimes dudes are covering the map and it's hard to see where there might be huts or where there might be towers or this or that. But they made these components that really make that board pop, which is really nice. And this game is just a bunch of fun and should be played more.
Agreed. It's damn good.
Mm-hmm. Damn good. So close.
Well, earlier Bob was talking about Clink Catacombs, and Tim said he was going to talk about it a different day. And I said I was not going to talk about it a different day because I'm talking about Clink Catacombs today.
Do it now!
This is the first year that I put more than one Clink. I even ranked more than one Clink because I always thought In Space was better than the original. I now believe Catacombs is better than In Space and the original, but I really enjoy Legacy, and they deserve to be two differently ranked games because they do provide two different experiences. I like them for different reasons. But this is still the one I like playing the most. Just the random generated dungeon. I like that tactical experience in this game. And it just provides different challenges each time that you can't plan ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I always have loved the Clanks, and yeah, this is definitely my favorite now. Now, maybe getting through the whole Legacy campaign with these being as close as they are, sure. There's a chance that something could change here. Maybe we get through this and 2 is even better. Who knows? But anyway, all the Clank games are great. Pick your poison.
Yep.
Yeah, you're not going wrong. Well, guys,
that'll do it.
We have made it through yet another 10 games in this top 100.
Poor Tim and his robotic voice. Forgive him for he smokes too many cigarettes. It's coming back for us. But before we close it up, we should run down our 30 through 21. Robot Tim, you want to go first?
I'm afraid to.
As you should be.
How much are clothes in the Matrix, Tim?
Yeah. Screen guys. All right. Starting with 30.
I like robots. All right, go ahead.
While it's working, My number 30 was Lords of Vegas. Then Chemical Overload, DC the deck building game, Resurgence, Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea, Mechs versus Minions, Clank Legacy, Acquisitions Incorporated, The Downfall of Pompeii, War of Whispers, and Cockroach a Poker.
All right, nice. It's crazy. We had some crossover on different numbers on this one. My number 30 was Clank Catacombs, 29 Mosaic, A Story of Civilization, 28 Galileo Galilei, 27 Perseverance, Castaway Chronicles, episodes 1 and 2, 26 Empires, Age of Discovery, 25 Mad Kala, 24 Resurgence, 23 Korra, Rise of an Empire, 22 A Game of Thrones board game 2nd edition, and 21 A War of Whispers.
My number 30 was Marrakesh with an S, 29 Nucleum, 28 Imperial, 27 Crokinole, 26 Finspan, 25 Ready Set Bet, 24 Clank Legacy, 23 Ostia, 22 Endeavor Deep Sea, and 21 Clank Catacombs.
All right, guys, we made it through. We're getting down now to that final 20. So stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. Please check us out on our live stream. Check out our Patreon. And as always, for the Board Game Rundown, I've been Tim.
Bob.
Mike.
We'll see you next time.
Do you like to party?
I do like to party.
I also like to party.
I like to party.
A 7.3.
This is a great party.
Repeating.
We should party more often.
Heating.
I do like to party.
Okay.
I also like to party. I also like to party.
I like to party. I like to party.
We should party more often.
Okay.
This is a great party.
Okay.
There we go. There you have it. Thank you guys so much for making it through yet another section of this top 100.
Hold on. We should almost start the outro over. We had a
God
few second
damn it.
pause. It's another easy cut.